Romans, give me sight beyond sight. Beyond sight. Beyond sight.
Go. Hello, it's another episode of Sight Beyond Sight. This is our second iteration of finding a horror.
I like it.
Find a horror Tuesday.
Finding a horror Tuesday. Got it. Like
Yes.
You know who it is. I'm Nick with my co-host Andrew.
Yeah.
And my other co-host Marissa.
Marissa here for the horror movies. Somebody like gore. Somebody like that shit.
So I was looking for another, where the whole thing about this podcast is we're trying to look for a good horror movie that no one's really talking about, like basically a good indie horror movie. We got a suggestion from Twitter from Drew Yari called Z on Shudder. So we looked it up, we checked the trailer out, we figured it kind of looked creepy, and basically it's all right. What do you guys think?
It wasn't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't terrible. But go ahead and give a quick synopsis of what the movie was about.
All right. So basically, the movie is about an imaginary friend. Another one of these kind of movies. And basically, it starts off with this kid that has an imaginary friend. The parents are kind of like, that's bullshit. Then you find out later, and there's these spoilers. So whatever. If you don't want to shut it off now, you're stupid. But the mother, it ends up being like inherited by the mother. The mother had this imaginary friend that apparently wanted her in a weird pedophile kind of way. And it was going after the son because the son is a kid. And I guess, they have that open mentality that kids have and blah, blah, blah. So of course, this entity does like evil shit, ends up killing the father, ends up making the mother go crazy again. And she was about to marry the guy at the end. Mm-hmm. But basically, the gist of the movie is basically this thing is haunting the kid in a way and terrorizing the family.
The D-Titty or whatever you want to call it.
D-Titty.
Got haunted. It was haunting the son. He originally haunted the moms. He used the son to get to the moms.
Right.
The psych therapist knew about it. Mm-hmm. Later on, they found out about it as we get to it.
Yes.
It took
boom, like that's where it comes down to.
Yeah.
He tried to marry her and all of that.
Okay,
it took bits and pieces from a lot of movies because that was almost similar to Insidious, where
with the father.
Yeah.
And there was another imaginary friend movie that I just watched, or it could be like you could relate it to The Babadook, which is a movie I hate. Yeah. But I think it was better than that.
Yeah. I think it was an okay movie. They had some creepy parts. It was definitely an entertaining movie. There wasn't a time where we were ignoring the movie or kind of got distracted and were bullshitting or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that there was definitely like that happens a lot for us is missed opportunities.
Yeah.
So one of the scenes that I have to say that was a missed opportunity for me, there's a scene where the mom, after she finds out about the imaginary friend, and immediately the mom is not happy about the imaginary friend. She doesn't know why. It just bothers her on some level. Mm-hmm. The dad is more like, who cares? It's an imaginary friend. It's no harm, who cares? But as in the beginning of the movie, they show that the kid basically has no friends. He's an only child. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of a loner kid, and
that was like for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's the reason why he doesn't have any friends. Apparently throws him down the stairs.
Wait, shut up. We didn't even get there yet.
Great scene.
So there's a scene where the kid is playing the floor is lava, just like a lot of kids do. Mm. And there's in the corner of the room, there's one of those like plastic tent things, like a play tent. And there's a sofa and he's got the cushions all over the place. And they missed a great opportunity when the mom says, come on, time for bed. And the kid starts jumping on the cushions like hot lava. They could have done one or two things that would have been very interesting. They could have just moved slightly the opening of the tent, to illustrate that there was something there. It didn't have to be like, the tent, the tent fully opens. It could have just been in the background that most people would have missed. Or it could have been as simple as there could have been impressions on the cushions, which could have given you an idea of like,
Oh, this is
oh,
real.
this shit is following
Can I
him.
give
You
a better
know,
idea? When a kid try to jump to the next one, the fucking thing just pushes him. And
Just make it straight off the bat.
you falling in lava, bitch.
What the hell? But that honestly, if you
because
think
that
about
was
it,
what brothers and sisters would do if like you're playing hot, like the
Yeah.
floor is lava.
but
What
thi-
would your brother or sister do? They'd be like, "You're in lava, bitch."
But at the same time, the mother, you could have made the mother turn around, like heading towards the room, and the kid, like he said, fly back. We're like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, why are you
That was
flying back? We're
fucking
like, you
hilarious.
pushed
Yes.
me. So yeah.
So there's like minute moments like that I think that they could have done better, but there was quite a number of, I wouldn't call them jump scares because they weren't technically jump scares, but little things like there's a moment. Okay, so the story escalates when the child the child gets in trouble at school. The teacher calls a conference call with the conference with the mom. And the mom finds out that he's been being sent home with these, what they call red slips, because he's done bad things in class. Like he's hit people, he's used curse words, he's done
Andrew
all this
knows
stuff.
all about that.
Yeah.
Andrew knows all
And
about
apparently it was signed off by the father. So I thought, oh, the kid is forging or the monster is forging the dad's signature.
Yeah,
No,
no.
the dad was
that. But
actually
I was just like, oh, I should've
writing
told you.
off. Yeah.
Just
Writing off on these things and going,
I don't want my
it's
kid
kids
to
will
be
be
no
kids.
damn punk. Like, oh, that kid pushed you? That's what you said? Push him back. Fuck if you got caught. Push him back.
That's a fact. Like they should have done some shit like that.
Yeah. So when she realizes that's what he does, and now he's basically expelled from school. He's 8 years old, by the way, expelled from school, which is extreme in my opinion.
But
So
it-
he
go
gets
ahead.
expelled from school, and so what does the mom do? Takes him to essentially Chuck E. Cheese or Dave and Buster's,
yeah.
whatever.
A and B.
So they have their fun day. And as he's crawling through, as any mom or dad would know, when you take your kid to Chuck E. Cheese or any of those things where it has like those little tunnels that the kids crawl through, there's these little spaces that have windows so you can see that your child is not like stuck or whatever the fuck. And she sees the kid go by, and then she sees Z. Z is the imaginary friend. She sees Z go by, and she freaks out. Now, like any normal probably person would do, she goes home and she tells her husband, I saw Z. Now, instead of her husband going either A, you're losing it, hun, or B, I think you're just tired or it's your imagination, he comes up with this elaborate story.
It wasn't elaborate. He told the truth. It was just that.
No, he did
but it
not
was
tell
nothing.
the truth.
No,
Technically,
he
didn't
said
tell the truth 'cause
no.
he laughed at it.
He did.
Yeah, he basically said, I was coming up to bed one night and
Yeah,
I
he
saw
saw
something in
something
the corner.
that was looking at me, and then he goes, but it was nothing. It was a jacket. It wasn't. He made a joke out of it, but he was telling the truth. It wasn't like he was lying and
But
made
you-
up an
you
elaborate
assume that's
story.
the truth.
Yeah.
But you assume that's a lie.
That's true.
What the fuck you think you're running in here?
But the point is, like, why are you being a dick? Like, that was so rude.
That was kind of a dick move when she's trying to be serious. Like, I fucking saw something, and then he was just like, "Oh, reminds me that other night." And
Yeah.
then,
So they decide finally to take their kid to a therapist because obviously there's something wrong with him. The therapist basically throws it off like it's an imaginary friend. He'll grow out of it. Like it's not a big deal. The mom calls immediately for him to be put on drugs immediately. And the dad's like, no, I'm not putting my kid on drugs. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
so she puts him on drugs anyway.
Yeah.
Her own drugs.
Yeah.
We're talking
No, they
about
were his drugs.
2019 shit.
I thought they were her drugs that she was just
No,
like.
they were
"Oh,
his.
Drunk at
She
drugs.
called.
Yeah.
She called the
Drugs are
doctor,
good.
had him prescribe drugs
oh,
because it
shit."
said his name on it.
Gotta
So
give the kids drugs.
I thought she was gonna. She was trying to cut it up and snort it.
And it looked
Like,
like
oh,
she
I'm
was
going
cutting
crazy.
it up. Basically, the way she broke it up was looking like she was about to
professional.
snort
She was
it. Yeah.
professional. She's done this before.
How you
But-
think they got that house?
So
Hey, it happens.
Somebody was a mule.
Yeah, right. She's
Well,
tiny. I don't know how much you could fit
I don't
up her
know
cooch.
because Z got all up in that. So you
Okay,
know, how
we're gonna
big
get there.
Z
We're gonna
was.
get there. Okay, so So what happened
And that's Z, by the way, everybody.
in the back?
This thing right here.
here.
That's how big that motherfucker
I
was.
can't see it. But technically,
Yeah, just go like this.
he's behind me. If I had to RKO him, I would.
So, where was I? Damn it, you guys distract me.
And the girl by Andrew. I'm just looking at the screen right now.
Who's the
That's the
girl
bitch
by me?
that's a mother.
Yeah.
Skinny little
Right.
girl.
I just want to let you know that would be my baby mama.
And
Like,
you
She's
not
damaged,
because
you know.
not because
No, 'cause
she
she's
looks
damaged.
good, but yes, exactly because she's damaged.
and she knows how to cut up some pills apparently.
Yeah, she know what to do about her life. You know what I mean, you want that big ass house, you better be ready to go.
So before they leave the therapist's office, the kid says, "Come on, Z." And the therapist said, "What did he say?" And she goes, "Oh, Z, that's what he calls him." And he says, you could see that he knows what Z is. So I thought that maybe Z was something that was known and maybe like he had experience with Z.
Yeah.
But then we find out that the mom was actually a patient of his when she was a child, and Z was her imaginary
Mhm.
friend. But we don't find that out until a little bit later. So going on, the mom is trying to find ways to normalize her son. So she's calling down, and I don't even think this exists anymore. Maybe in like white neighborhoods, but it sure as hell does not exist in the ghetto, where there's a call tree.
What the hell's a culture?
A call tree is like if something happens, they have the parents call all the other parents on that list.
Breakdown list.
Oh yeah, that's what she was
Yes.
doing.
I
And nobody
never
wanted to
knew
fuck
about
with her
that.
kid.
I was
Yeah.
just stuck with my family no matter what.
So basically, she's calling everybody on this list trying to get her kid a play date, and nobody wants to play with this kid because he's fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Because obviously Z makes him either do things or maybe Z does things to these kids, and for him, I should say. So, sorry. So,
You don't have to keep your hands. You got to.
Yeah.
so I'm strangling. The,
I can feel like every like movement from it, just like
so she finally goes to a friend's house who basically ghosted her kid. This lady would drive her kid to school every day and then just decided not to show up one day, which is bullshit. That's some white people shit right there.
I'll
So-
fuck people up. I'm like, for real? You're not gonna tell me?
So then they go to the house. He goes up to play with the kid,
Mm.
and Andrew called it because all these houses that we've been seeing in this movie, which was like 3 different houses, had a tremendous amount of
If
stairs.
you
Like-
have stairs, you going down.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact. And I was just amazed because I really want to know where the hell they were living, because it was like in the middle of nowhere, but everyone had a 2-car garage plus a half, and then apparently 3 tiers of stairs going up.
I don't
It
know,
was just like, what the hell?
Of course, I would want a big house, but once I have stairs, that first night ever, if I hear like, I'm like, all right, bitch, we out. If you
Burn
wanna
it
keep
down.
them, like, I
Burn
guess
the
we're gonna
fucking house
divorce,
down.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like nah, because you can't be stairs. I've seen too many movies where like, yo, you fall no
Yeah.
matter what.
No, and Andrew said somebody's falling down the stairs. I said, no. Somebody's falling over a banister, because in a lot of horror movies, what's worse than tumbling down the stairs?
Falling over the banister.
Falling over the banister and a full stop on a cement or tile floor.
Who?
Oh, man. That was a
So,
good fall, though. I'm not
That
gonna
was,
lie.
and
That was a
it,
good
but
fall.
I just felt sad because it's a little boy.
Nah,
he's like 8 years
old.
old.
Yo, every
Fuck
time.
him. Fuck that kid.
I don't give a shit. I'm a mom,
Go
so
to
I
jail.
imagine my child hitting that floor.
Dude,
And-
you should have saw her at I think it was Insidious.
Insidious.
Oh, with the
2.
baby?
Yeah, when she's like,
Yo,
the door closed hard, and you hear, "Look what you made me do," and then
And
the
then-
smack. Yo,
Yes.
she was like, and I was just like, "What the
I
hell?"
don't have no kids. I have like little ones in my family, but I don't have a person.
when they're
drug kid.
yours, trust me.
So the first thing I'll say, like I will have,
She's
I'll wear
about
that
to-
shirt one day. It's gonna say "fuck them kids." I'm like, oh, my nephew fell. Oh shit.
First of all, you a lie. You would help your nephew.
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
about to pick him up, and I'm like, you go fuck.
But after this, like the ambulance come and like the mom is trying to help the other mom. Yo, if I was the mom of the kid that fell, I'd be beating her ass. Get you and your nasty ass kid out of my fucking house now.
She was willing to let the family come in, and try to have the play date.
Yeah.
And then all you hear is
But
and the
no,
kid, boom.
that's karma.
And
Pick his ass up from school like you said you would.
I mean, I don't think that was the
I
same
wouldn't have to go
family.
to. No, it was. It was the same lady.
Yeah, that was the
Pick
same
your
lady
fucking-
that was supposed
Okay,
to.
I
So
didn't
it's
realize
karma
that.
then. It's karma.
So
Fuck
it was
you.
70s karma, but at the same time, it was fucking hilarious because all you see is a little ass kid like just falling there. It didn't look as bad as Martin,
Yeah.
but it was just a little body, just and a boom, fucking hilarious.
Three
I
flights of
enjoyed
stairs. Three
Three
flights of
flights of
stairs.
stairs.
The only thing that gets me mad is I don't know if the kid died or not.
Yeah, they don't
I'm
tell
not saying
us.
that I want to know the kid died.
He does, he
He
does.
does.
That's all I don't know.
He's curious.
He does.
Um,
So he could just say "fuck that kid."
so instead of going home and grieving with the son or doing anything, you know what she decides to do? Take a candlelit motherfucking bath. What in the goddamn
That's my type
hell?
of wife. I want to come home and I'll be like, "Oh, you got vanilla smell?
What happened today? Our kid
Yeah.
almost killed another kid.
Alright,
Hey, that's cool.
Would you smell what the Andrew's cooking?"
So stupid.
You're a jackass. So this was the first, I think, to me, true creepy scene. Is she's in the bath unnecessarily with candles lit unnecessarily.
Wait, and just point out how many fucking candles she
She had
had.
like 12. She literally had like
And
the whole lineup
To
around
let you know
herself.
the amount of wealth, there was also a fireplace in this bathroom at the end of the tub.
Like, no, I can't have it like a portion of that money. Like just a portion. What the fuck?
Fuck her money. Fuck her money.
Fuck her.
Listen, she was in that bath and she thought she was soothing and she chilling with the fucking French vanilla smell that was happening.
He just pictures French vanilla for some reason because obviously you can't smell what the movie is. He just
What
has
if
a
it was
fantasy.
lavender candles? How do
He
you
just
know?
has a
It's
fantasy.
French
know?
vanilla. It's
It's
French
French
He just
vanilla.
has a fantasy in his head. He
What
just-
about if it was cucumber melon? It could have been cucumber melon from Bed Bath and Beyond.
Nah, it's French vanilla too.
and it's all good and she chilling. But here's the biggest issue out of all of it. She heard a noise and
No,
candles was
no,
getting
no, no,
blown
no.
out. Candles were getting
Okay,
blown
yes,
out.
No, no,
yes,
for-
yes.
yeah.
No,
And
yeah,
heard a
yes,
noise.
he's right. He's right. They were starting to get
And
blown out, and
she's
she hears
looking
them.
like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on?" Like, bitch, obviously ain't nobody in this fucking room with you. Your window ain't open. What the fuck are you looking at?
It's a
And-
bathroom in the middle of the house.
Yeah. And next thing you know, she looks at the end of her tub with her feet all. I'm not. gonna
No,
say
she
sexual.
doesn't look yet. She's looking at the candle.
She's
that
looking
gets
at the candle
blown
that just
out.
Okay,
blown
she's
out.
looking at that, and
Then there was a splash of water, like
yeah,
hit her in
because
the
he
face.
jumped in. The nigga was like, "Ha ha!"
But as she starts screaming, but she first looks, and the thing that's in the tub with her,
Looks very weird. Like it doesn't look like the picture behind us.
Nah, they
It looks
keep
very
they,
like
they
the
switch
face
it up
looks like a
more.
girl.
They keep
Yeah.
switching it. Like
yeah,
the picture that the kid drew on the wall, where we'll get to, everything completely looks different. But this is why it said like I call it DTD because it's fucking stupid. But it's like a demon type of thing where it depends on what your imagery of the monster is. So
Yeah.
where the kid drew the picture on the wall,
it was more
that
cartoony.
was more cartoony slash what the mom probably seen.
Mm,
And then it goes to something different to scare the fuck out of her
Yeah.
mhm.
in the bathtub because it's supposed to be not what she's used to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the whole part. Like demons fuck with your mind.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the whole shit.
So then she screams like crazy. Her husband comes in, and instead of saying what's wrong, he gives her the biggest fucking attitude. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? and like Andrew said, why wouldn't you get out of the tub? She just turns her head and
Yo,
screams,
this is a kick that I would have did getting out of that shit.
butt ass naked on the tile.
Exactly. I don't give a
Just
fuck.
slipping.
I would have fell butt ass naked on the hard ass something. Fucking shit.
So after this happens, she calls the therapist and basically says, I need to see you for me, not for my son. She goes to see him. And that's when he proceeds to tell her that you were a patient of mine. Why wouldn't you say that from the beginning?
Mhm.
And that you had an imaginary friend. Like
Well-
in that session, what did you go? Oh, why are you so upset? You
know,
had
I'll
an
tell you right
imaginary.
now, I could get into his shoes right now.
Wait, hold on. So instead of when he has the session with the the parents and the child if he would have just said, you know, you had an imaginary friend too. Don't you remember?
Drop Dead Fred.
Right. And
See, that's just too funny. It sounds too funny sounding. Like your whole purpose of being a therapist, especially if you deal with that situation, is you're erasing and you're trying to stop. So if she comes and she's like, "Oh, my kid's like this," I get what you're saying. Like,
Yeah, but what do you find out as
Oh,
a
why
therapist
would you
on a
tell me-
professional level?
You
That would be
probably
like, that's a
looking at
fucking
like-
problem.
nigga, you know how many therapists literally talk to people and don't tell them the real shit about a lot of the things
No,
that
but
they
I'm
goes on in
saying
their
you
life?
bring-
oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they try to block it. Like the whole thing is to consistently block it.
Mhm.
That's why at the end of the movie, how he was acting and what he did, it was the aspect of being like, "Fuck, I can't keep lying to
Yeah.
control the situation."
So she goes to see him and he shows her file when she was a child, and not only her file but a video recording of her when she was a child, and basically insinuates that she killed her father, right? And basically saying that Z wants to marry her and have many kids. Now, I speculate, and this could be a far-fetched thing. I speculated that the child is actually Z's child.
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't think
'Cause
it
that nigga was
is.
beating them cheeks.
He was.
The way he put that blanket over at the end of the movie, it's just that looked like one of my movies. I was
And-
like, "Ha ha!"
And that was a good and that was a good spooning position. And you know
Yes.
she was wearing that nightgown shit, so
Yeah.
that comes right up.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
No, but it's a like I don't think that the kid was his
His-
kid, but it would have made sense. Like it would have been creepier if
It
they
would've
did
def-
something
nah,
like
It
that.
would have definitely been creepier. Like,
And it would have been cool to like that's why you killed the dad and all that. Like that's
Yeah.
my fucking
because
kid.
that's
Yeah.
that was the whole aspect. Like when you see the end of the movie, like the whole way he was acting, it was on the Jada's boyfriend shit.
The
So he
son,
was-
you mean?
No,
the creature.
the Z.
Z.
Fucking
Yeah.
fuck Zorro. That nigga, he was acting like a jealous person. So when it got to the point where she ends up hanging herself and whatchamacallit, the kid is still technically friends with Z now.
No, how fucked up is that? She calls her son. Now she traps herself into her mother's old house and sends her son to her alcoholic sister. The sister basically pleaded, like, I cannot take care of your son. Like, do not
But
leave
she
him with
was
me
being
because
an
I.
alcoholic
Oh, she
herself.
looked
Yeah.
way distraught.
Yeah.
But she leaves him there and to deal with Z alone in the mother's house. Oh, we forgot to mention when she comes out of the psychiatrist's house, she's trying to call her husband to let him know what's going on. Z reveals himself to the husband and burns the motherfucking house down
Yep.
and kills the husband.
Which I
Yep.
told that nigga to punch the wall.
Yeah. Because the
If
thing
you
in the
see a
back right here
picture of a demon on your wall,
that your
you
kid
see
drew.
a toy that is saying the demon's name of the toy, like anything that your kid is saying,
It's like a speaking
I'm
spell that
letting-
just
I'm-
keeps saying
yeah,
Z.
I'm letting you know right
Z,
now.
Z.
you're stupid to stand there.
Mm.
Honestly, if it's me, I'm throwing the toy. I'm punching the wall.
Well, it's
I'm
not even.
fighting. I'm gonna throw my kid out the window, not from the second floor, maybe from the fucking living room, because it'll take too long to take him out the door. I'll throw him out the living room door. But besides that, I'm burning the house.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, yo, my nigga, you can
Fire
have this.
purifies all.
Yeah, like
Fire
you can
purifies
win this
all.
shit. Why would I'm gonna stand here and let that happen? Like he let the toys turn on and all this shit. The light, his eyes blinked, whatever, and turned red. Nigga, I'm clapping you.
Yeah.
That is it. Like the left hook you gonna catch, you gonna think it's harder than Kodo. Understand this shit. Like that's what it is right now.
He wanted.
Like that's what gets me mad about these movies is that child dead ass be here like, huh, with the
Yeah.
huh.
So to break down
like,
this,
nigga, you love your family or not, my nigga?
the,
That's why you can't do ghetto horror movies
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
just not.
the
feasible.
scene that they're talking about is basically he goes after he tucks his son in, he goes into another playroom that they have, and then the one constant toy that kept going off is like that speaking spell, like Z,
Yes, it
Z,
was a
Z.
stupid spell.
So he goes in there because apparently it's on in a dark room. He sees the fucking light, the stupid thing behind us drawn on the wall, and when he's leaving, all the toys light up. And instead of being like, "What the fuck," and then running, like everyone else should be. And I don't think that's kind of like the fight or flight.
It
It's
is
kind of
fight or
like
flight. It
no,
is.
but no, I would run, but grab your kid like
But you see, there's nothing wrong about running.
yeah,
Like, listen, I'm saying hit
yeah.
because me, I'm crazy.
No,
I'm
but
trying to
I
break
understand
shit
that because
and keep moving.
you would punch
But
the
at
ball.
the same time, I'm gonna be out. I'm a double tap, pow, and then out, and I'm gonna grab my kid and be out. Like, yo, I
Yeah.
jabbed that nigga twice. I don't know if it hurt him or not, and I'm out. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah, and that was like I think I won't say a creepy scene because I think it was just we know what was coming.
Yeah.
The eyes lit up and he kind of like 3D'd out the wall a little bit
Yeah.
quickly. But no, I think the creepiest scene in this movie is what you said. It was in the tub. It was expected, but I didn't expect to see like it was just so quick and creepy.
Nah,
Yeah.
that shit wasn't creepy.
Yeah.
The creepiest part is when they were at the McDonald's fucking little ball pit.
The thing you thought that
Oh,
was
when it was
creepier?
going,
like-
when it was going to.
Because I wasn't expecting
It's
it.
the skitter. It's the skitter
Yeah.
that creeps you
Like,
out. It's
in
like the little.
the tough shit, I'm telling you, like the scissor. Like if you watch wrestling, I'll say Inzaguri kick. Like I'm a ha, like my butt ass naked self. I'm athletic right now because I'm old. Rolling out of a tub, like I would have been out of there. Like fuck that shit.
Yeah. But after that happens, and she locks herself into her mother's, she gives her son to the sister. She locks herself in the mother's. And for some reason, she wears her mother's like house dress for the next couple of days. She
Sure,
almost
for
looks
2-3
kind of-
days, yeah.
She almost looks like she reverted back to like her childhood. She's like making sandwiches the way Z likes. She's eating cereal in front of the TV, watching cartoons. She's like reverted herself back. And you almost get an idea of like she feels like she needs to do this to keep it from her son. So she's playing the role. But what happens is it actually escalates. The therapist comes to the house to try to see if she's okay. And this was another creepy scene where they go into the kitchen and he sits down and she's extremely nervous and kind of like, you need to leave, you need to leave. And then she sees Z behind the dude, very much
the
kind of like
therapist, yeah.
Insidious,
Yeah.
because it was like in the broad daylight, there's no darkness, and you saw the full creature,
Yeah.
and it was kind of
The
creepy.
split second
Nah, it was a
shit.
good
Yeah.
little quick, but those are what you get in the movie is the quick second.
Yeah,
pops,
you're not
like-
gonna get a full view of the creature. You're not gonna get like a full
We
on.
don't get any of those anymore.
No, you get quick glimpses, which I don't hate.
I don't hate, but Insidious that when they showed that the last creature, it ruined not they
And I
ruined the
think-
movie, but it ruined.
But
that
I
for
think
me.
that
I think sometimes being like having a little mystery in it is good.
But I think with this movie, they could have done it for a few more seconds
Oh
or
yeah,
done
yeah,
something
definitely, yeah.
a little bit more, because I think they had a good bad guy, quote unquote. They had a good boogeyman, I guess you can call
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like it looked pretty cool. The coloring was the basic, gray scale kind of monster, but I think that they could have given us just a tad bit more scare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it was a lot of like psychological stuff that
Mhm.
was going on.
It
And
was-
And one of the points that I do have to say is like this wasn't like a religious demon. It wasn't like she could
Yeah.
pray it away. There was no sort of feeling of like how to get rid of it,
but
which
you
to
can't
me
pray
was a
anything
little
away
bit
anymore.
Yeah.
yeah, but to me was a little bit scarier, because then how do you defeat this thing? Because
Yeah.
they don't exactly say it's a demon. They don't exactly say it's just an imaginary friend.
Yeah. How do you get rid of it? You got to take those green pills.
Well,
Yeah,
we
well-
you
talk
got to
about-
watch Drop Dead
you want
Fred.
me to
Take the
break down
green
how to get
pills.
rid of it? She go back and live her whole life as a kid again.
But she
And they
that's
had
not
the
getting
whole
rid of
scene.
it.
There's no
So-
time machine.
No, it wasn't no time machine. It was her giving it up. So him
Oh
as
yeah,
an
yeah,
adult.
yeah.
Oh.
Giving it up in multiple ways
Yes, yes.
too.
And she did it. And when
Yeah.
she decided not to give it up no more, he went after the kid.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
kind of sounds like real life. If you really understand what I'm saying. like,
But
like there's
yeah.
crazy people like that. But nah, on some real shit, because let me stop making jokes. I've been making jokes.
But
Yeah.
that's what
I'm
you're
just-
here for.
yeah, I-
You guys are killing me with the
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listen, Nick, fuck
Fucking
you, because
such
you
a-
have headphones on, so you hear it.
Nobody else likes wearing
honestly,
headphones.
I'm gonna just say like, no, it was a good movie. It was not as bad as the last movie that they made me watch, which was shit.
That was terrible.
movie
That was the
shit.
last one. Remember?
So okay, so
This
out of
movie was enjoyable.
what did we
I
do
would
the
say
last one out of
rewatch
5,
it.
right? We did out of 5 last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 0. Like we almost did like 0.
I would say this
It was
movie
just
out of
garbage.
anything, I'll give it like almost an 8 because it kind of gave me the old
Oh
school
wow,
feeling.
8 is a lot.
That is a lot. I'm saying out of
It's-
5. We have a 1 to
But,
5 scale.
Oh, 1 to 5.
No,
Yeah.
no, we did 1 to 10 before.
Did we?
Yeah, we
Okay,
did 1 to 10.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I'm saying. Like
I'm
an
sorry.
8 is decent because it had the same classic
think I would
horror
maybe give
horror
it-
movie vibes.
Okay, so I think I would maybe give it a 6.5, 7.
God damn, y'all niggas so high class.
Yeah.
Only because it wasn't boring. We weren't really.
It
bored.
wasn't boring, but
It was predictable. It had
Mhm.
a creepy bad guy. It had
Mm-hmm.
a creepy kid because creepy kids in horror movies are. That brings it up for me.
All right, but I'll give it a 6 only and nothing more because you could say the creepy
bad.
kid,
He's bad.
but that it's a generic creepy kid. The
He's
bad
a
guy
generic
is a
creepy kid, but
it's
the thing
but
is,
the
like,
generic it's a generic
all right,
bad
I
guy.
get what you're saying. All right,
And, you know,
here's
there's no-
I'm
there's-
gonna ask this question right
Okay.
now
okay. Go ahead.
before we end all this shit. What the fuck is gonna make you go higher than a 5? Because you watch horror movies a lot,
Okay.
and everything that we
You know
ever
what it is?
watched and everything that you watch is fucking generic.
Yes.
No.
Yes, because this is
And
the
if you
part of the
want
podcast.
realness
It's
of
called-
it, if you want a realness aspect, I don't know how many times I gotta explain this to you.
If it
There is
makes
not
You're
gonna
not-
be a
see,
real
you're
movie with a
bringing-
nigga
No,
like
no,
me in it.
You're
No.
bringing.
No.
I know what you're bringing up because we had discussions about this. We'll talk about this another time when they actually make a good movie like this. But what I'm saying is the reason why, yes, I do watch bullshit things because this is a podcast called In Search of Horror.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Nigga. I'm telling you right now.
But
I'm
the
in search
point
of
is-
what the fuck you looking for to have it.
Okay,
because
the feeling that I want, to be honest, the feeling that I want to be able to, like, when I leave here after watching a horror movie, if I drive home in the
Mhm.
darkness,
you scared.
I don't want to look in my rear view mirror
Yes.
because I don't
Okay.
want to be scared of
and,
bullets
and
back
that's
there.
not
Okay.
saying I want a generic rear view mirror scene.
No,
Like I'll give you this.
it's just a
We'll-
feeling.
We'll talk about the Insidious movies. I think the first
Nah,
and
we're gonna
second.
definitely do a breakdown of that. Not right now, but we're gonna do a
The-
breakdown.
Yeah.
The
of
first
it.
and second are probably the best. The third isn't. Oh, my snake is yawning, open mouth and everything. But the third one freaked me out the most only because I had to go home alone in the dark. My house at the time looked like the Amityville Horror, and nobody was home. I had to walk up the stairs by myself. I was really sitting in my car contemplating, should I go in? Then I was scared to look at my rear view because I thought it was going to be that guy from Insidious 3 that going like this.
Yeah.
I freaked myself out. I went to 7-Eleven. I called my roommate and I was like, yo, you coming home tonight? Yeah. Oh, you want anything for
See, that's
7-Eleven? I'm
weak
just
scared.
asking.
That's weak.
Like-
Like I went home and I was fine. You
Wait.
This
By
motherfucker went
weak
home.
Skin, do you mean light skin?
You know what? He went home to his parents, okay?
listen. I went home to a house where people were yes.
Yes.
But at the same time, you went to home to where.
His roommates were home in a week.
But he had roommates home too. He
No,
was
they didn't.
missing
No,
an
no.
upstairs roommate.
No. This person wasn't there. The other person upstairs wasn't there, and the other person
And
downstairs
you were
wasn't
that
there.
scared to walk up. All right, listen.
Motherfucker, we just watched
Let me
Insidious
explain
3.
this. Let me explain
That
this.
shit was creepy.
This nigga
When
went
the-
up
when the
4
lady-
stairs, 4 to 5 stairs to go to his room.
No, there's more like 10, but okay.
It was definitely not 10, nigga.
Yeah, it was. It was
Not
more
to
than-
go up to his room.
Yeah, there's 4 or
Yes,
5 steps to go upstairs.
He
to
had
my
a
house.
worse walking to the house than walking
Motherfucker,
into
you.
his room.
She.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you.
It was not 4 to 5 steps.
No, it wasn't. It was more like 10
It was
steps.
like
Nigga,
10
It
steps.
was 5 steps.
No, it was
not.
not.
I jumped off of
I
it
have
and
5
fell-
steps at my.
Did you walk like 2
And
steps?
your
in?
steps were literally the same shit that he has.
No, mine was
in that
longer.
house. I swear to God, we're gonna go to your house. Listen, we're gonna re-record this. I'm gonna record the fucking stairs
No,
at your
no,
house
no.
out.
We're not gonna re-record this. It's gonna be on the next
Well,
episode.
it's gonna
It's
be on
how
this
wrong he
episode,
was.
But the next episode, I'm gonna
Way to
record
count the
stairs.
steps.
And,
And meanwhile-
y'all because
meanwhile,
this is bullshit.
He's saying about 5 steps, and her steps aren't even 5 steps. Her
Yeah.
steps are like
My
about
steps
8.
are like 3.
What?
No,
What
to
the
go from
fuck
my
is he
living room to
talking
the
about?
upstairs,
I have like 3 steps.
I have 6 steps.
He's
I'll snore
retarded.
on your fucking
So okay,
steps.
so every 3. So basically, mine would be 9 then, because apparently 3 is 6 to him.
Listen,
So
the fact that y'all had small ass steps ain't my fucking fault. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I just walk up the steps and keep it moving.
Okay,
but anyway,
the scariest thing was with Insidious was, okay, I had a small child at the time. And
But that
I
was
think it
2.
after the second one.
Yeah,
after
2
the
was
second
the
movie.
one. Look what you made me do.
So I went to a midnight showing with this guy. Come home. My
Midnight
husband's
showings?
already. My husband was already in bed. So
That'll be funny. I want to see. what
I
this
went
is.
to sleep. And the way our bed is set up, when you open the door, I'm the first person that you see when you open the door.
All this fucking
So
shit, I don't
I-
understand it.
My son
This nigga's a pussy.
just
anyway.
pushes open the
Don't
door
fail.
and stands there. And we always left the hallway light on. So you see my son, my room is dark, and then he has the light behind him. So you just see his silhouette. And he's just standing there, not saying anything, just staring at me with his hands down at his sides. And I said, "What are you doing?" And then he just silently walks away
I'm gonna
without
s-
saying
I'm
a
gonna say-
word.
I have to say, this is light skin fear.
Okay.
Because honestly, like, the shit
Coming
that
from the
y'all
guy that
saying
said,
like none of this shit scared me. I'm more scared of the fact, hoping that it doesn't open my fucking sink or
don't let him.
whatever.
But
He's
see,
talking
that
mad
scares
shit.
you.
No,
Like,
no,
that is
wait,
so
wait.
But like, if I
unrealistic.
see a little kid, I'm kicking him in the fucking face.
Don't get
Like,
it
I'm
twisted.
sorry.
This motherfucker come back from movies and he'll be scared too.
So
He's
scared of
doing-
what? What movie?
Don't act
What
like you
movie?
don't.
Some
Don't act like
movie I
you
should
do.
be scared of.
You was Insidious 1 with the little kid.
Nah, that's different. That
No,
little
it's
nigga
not
was in
different.
the
It's the
living room
same
dancing.
shit.
Listen, if you see a little nigga dancing with tiptoe through the window, and you see all of that shit,
He's
and
a
he
punk.
Irish
He's a
jigging like
punk.
he fucking Lord of the Dance, nigga, that's scary. That's
He's a
scary
punk.
shit.
Like he's a punk. He's
But
a
I'm
punk.
outside, so I have to run aside and beat him up. They're inside the house. You just gotta kick, just reactionary.
So where
So-
were we at? Where were we at in this movie?
No, so okay, so at this point, okay, so she's in the house and she's she's living like a child, and then she goes to bed and the thing crawls into bed with her, puts the blanket over her like you're like you know, a lover coming into your bed.
He did one
And then
of
there
my
was a few strokes there, so I don't know if there was a little penetration or something happening, but there was
Yeah.
a
my
few
God,
smokes.
drown.
He was getting comfortable. Just say that. He was
Yeah,
getting comfortable. He threw she was laying on like a spooning position. He came in the bed and you know, like regularly came into bed like doom doom, like it wasn't just one like bounce. It was like I'm getting in position and then blanket and you know the arm came over and everything. So
Yes.
and then once the blanket went over, you did see a couple of like and then it was just like and pan out of the room.
Yes.
You know what
And
they
then
doing.
when she woke up in the morning, there was a wedding dress hanging. So she
Mhm.
puts on the wedding dress and they insinuate they're gonna have there's white rose petals, which apparently they fucking ordered on Amazon to prepare.
Yeah, because I don't know where this
White rose-
invisible you know, imaginary friend got white rose petals.
to sprinkle along the house.
Yeah.
And they start like, you know, dancing around the house and stuff. And they're playing The Floor is Lava again, because apparently that's what you do after
Listen,
you get
When
married.
you have an imaginary friend, the floor is lava all the time.
Yeah.
So she plays this trick where she grabs one of the cushions, haha, you're stuck, and she runs downstairs and calls her son. And the son is like, fuck you, mom, you stole my friend.
Still my
And-
buddy.
Oh, really hung up on him. And then
Yeah.
she comes to see that, oh no, he knows how to play the floor is lava. He took the other pillows and put them down.
Oh,
He was just
nah,
like,
he went advanced.
yeah.
He was, haha.
And then he was just like,
oh,
oh, so you calling your son I'm not good enough? He rips open the fucking barricades on the door that we didn't tell that she barricaded the house. He rips open the barricades and apparently goes out in daylight like it's no big deal. But he's invisible,
He's
so
invisible.
he's invisible. He's not a demon.
Yeah.
He's whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, so he lures the little boy out of the house that the sister's in, because the sister's a horrible child watcher.
She just does
And-
drugs.
she was making coffee. Come on.
She was making tea. That was a teapot.
I mean, tea is drugs in general. I mean, you're warming up a fucking leaf to drink it. You're
What?
not smoking it, but you're drinking
He's just going, I don't know. He went on this weed rant for some reason. Legalize
That's the
it, New
most
York.
disgusting tea in the world.
I mean, that's technically what tea is. Tea is in a fucking bag.
It's leaves, yes,
You-
but
we put it
I
in the hot
can't-
water and it's
I
like,
can't
oh,
imagine-
look at me. And
Can we not go off on a tea rant?
I cannot imagine drinking weed tea. That would be fucking disgusting.
That would be
tasting.
fucking delicious.
I think it would be delicious. But let's not go on a tea rant
Okay.
right now.
Okay, irregardless. Okay, so the sister runs out to try to find the kid, and again, we don't know where the fuck these people live. Apparently, her house is in the middle of nowhere, and across the street is some sort of weird barn and train tracks.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
very
know.
random. So the kid is playing with a train on the train tracks, like it's no big deal.
Yes.
And the train starts to come, and the sister's trying to outrun a train because that's what you
He
do.
thought we stopped it at a certain part. She
Listen,
was
it
like,
paused for a second and it looked like she was about to beat that shit. And technically she did. All
She
right.
did not.
No, she
Well,
did.
she
She
saved
saved
the
the kid. So
No, she
technically
did not save the kid. The train passed, and the kid just happened to be
Oh,
there.
it had different tracks. Oh,
no,
No,
it wasn't on
Z
the.
probably
That's the only
saved
way.
it.
That's the
No,
only-
Z saved
it
it.
went from
No.
like, you know how the tracks and it has like this. And
Come
it-
on, he has his own imagination. The sister saved him.
In my head, the blonde hair.
The
sister saved him.
sister's actually Superwoman. We didn't know
That's my
this.
girl right Oh, Lord.
Oh yeah, if DC made it, it would have been a slow motion. Like I'm
Mm.
coming fast.
And that's
at
the
you.
reason why I thought it was beating the train at first.
It paused and he thought it was a fucking
A
Zack
DC
Snyder film.
movie. So then we go back to the house, and the shrink comes back to the house with 2 police officers. I'm
Mhm.
guessing in order to like institutionalize her. Who
Yeah.
knows? They break down the door, guns drawn.
We're
And
talking
they're-
about the mother now. Sorry,
Yes.
you didn't specify.
Yeah, we back at the mother's house.
Back at the mom crib.
So they go and look for her, and she is hanging from a ceiling fan, which is probably not possible because it probably break the ceiling fan. But she was hanging from the ceiling fan, and apparently she did not die. She just
Apparently.
became a vegetable.
Most people become vegetables when they do that. A lot of them don't always necessarily die, to be honest.
When they hang themselves?
Yeah.
You have experience with this?
No, I just know people that
He-
actually done hang themselves. In
Do you really know people, or you just saying that for the
I'm dead
podcast?
serious. I'm dead serious.
Are you talking about the
Like,
old folks at the old folk home tried to kill themselves?
Which would be fucking awesome. That would make my day. Hey, I would leave work laughing.
What? You're so demented.
But no, I know people that have.
Tried to commit
Yeah,
suicide.
yeah,
And okay.
Yes.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. No triggers. No triggers. I'm
Sorry about
darkness.
triggers. Talk
But
about
I'm not gonna lie. But I seen an old person take a belt and literally just like, I'm like, you really hate this place. I'll be trying to help. Like, scoot down.
Okay, so statute of limitations. We might have to record this, re-record it.
anyway. So then the next scene is basically they're at a kitchen table. The son's on one end, the mom's on the other.
And the sister.
She's a vegetable, and the sister comes in trying to feed the mom.
Oh, I'm only laughing because we really cut out a lot of the movie.
No, he didn't.
We
Nah,
cut
not
out
really.
because what
Marissa
you're about
told
to
a lot in the
say.
movie.
You're about
We
to
didn't
say
mention that they were taking care of their
the
mother who died.
before, yeah.
But it's
Oh, we got
irrelevant.
them-
It's
'cause she
irrelevant.
died
But it was
early.
only goes to what you were gonna say because
Listen,
you were gonna say that
At
it
the
was
end
like
of the day,
sister's
because
penance.
this horror movie shit ain't me. This is dumb that they do the horror movie shit.
He don't need to
Go
come.
fuck yourself.
He don't need to come.
He
can stay his ass at home. It's all good.
Member dying in bed. I'm
Yeah.
just pointing that out. The
It
next
seems
movie
to
I
be the
watch next
theme.
Tuesday is gonna be a fucking like,
You ain't
The
coming.
father's
You ain't not
movie.
invited now. You shitting on horror movies. You're not invited.
oh, I'm dying in the bed. This is fucking creepy. No, it's not. It's
I'm gonna
No.
purposely look for another bedridden horror movie. Like I just need to see somebody in bedridden, and that'll be good. That'll be the next movie we watch. And we're only saying that because
like I work with
last
old people and
episode.
they watch old people die in bed in fucking horror movies. So it's creepier.
I don't
But-
know. For white people, it's scary to take care of their elders. I'm sorry.
Apparently, I don't like your fucking family.
You're the one who said the fucking throw him in a goddamn nursing home. You asshole.
That's only because I dislike them. You know how horrible it is in there? I literally look at them and be like, your family has money and they don't even take care of you.
Yeah.
Like, to be
that's
honest.
sad.
We went on mad tangents today.
I'm
Just
sorry,
talking
guys.
about a
All over the
horror
place.
movie.
But we had fun, and that's what
This
matters.
was the fun part. Like, listen, we had fun breaking down this Z movie with
Yes.
this.
I'm getting
honestly,
headphones for everybody,
Z.
so they know when everyone's doing this. They'll know.
I
what
was
the
being
fuck are
passionate
they
and holding
doing.
my
Like one the
Next
movie
next
being called
episode,
Z,
and from now on, they're all wearing headphones.
it's called Z. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, lucky we found a free.
Well, we
stream of
don't
it.
tell him what we're gonna watch. We discuss it because if he comes, he's gonna watch it regardless. He doesn't like horror movies,
I don't give a shit.
so
yeah.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
And
fucking
plus,
matter.
I like having the outsider looking
Yeah.
in.
I'll say this. Like, one, I didn't hate it. Maybe I gave it too high of a rating. But it was a basic horror movie.
It was entertaining.
And I'm going off for the fact that I watched a shitty horror movie the last Tuesday.
So in comparison,
Yes, in comparison, this movie goes to this, then to what
Okay.
was the other
All right.
movie?
What was it called?
Within or whatever, some shit. I forgot what the fuck it
Damn,
was
what
called.
did we do last week?
Evil
I-
Within type shit.
whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That movie was fucking
It was
trash.
in the past.
yeah.
This movie had a little bit more
Easily
like,
forgettable. That's
Yeah.
what it's
fake
named.
pop scare,
Yeah.
fake little things like that. The
So
only thing I disliked was the kid in like 5 minutes of the movie was like, fuck my family. That was
Yeah.
the only shit that threw me off. But
Yeah.
besides that, everything
Oh
else
yeah, that was
basic.
a weird thing. It was a
Yeah.
weird transition. It was like the first couple scenes, it was him being jolly kid, and without any explanation, his mom's driving him to work, school, and then he's all like,
mean looking, yeah.
like not talking, not to. And it's just
Well,
like,
because he was
alright.
exposed at that point. That's why.
Well, he was already exposed.
But besides that, it was fine.
So if anybody has any other suggestions,
Please,
please,
please, let us
everything
know.
is
Come on.
welcome.
We
we-
want to find something good.
we're
Don't
looking for
throw shitty
suggestions.
answers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach him how to find more suggestions. Because apparently the way he found this movie, I get it. But nigga that he shouted you out on Twitter, decent movie, good looks. But I'm gonna teach him how to do better. 'Cause they can't do better.
He's a Twitter guy apparently because nobody wants to. I can't find.
Hey,
a
I
fucking way
lost
to do
followers shit on AEW. It
it.
happens.
Son of a bit.
But it happens. But nah, on some
Nah.
real shit, this was a decent movie. Thank you for the average movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could show this
I'll
to a
say it's
girl
average.
and have
Yeah,
a
it's
little pop
average, and,
scares.
and I wasn't mad that I spent my time watching it.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't save money. If we spend our money, we would probably be a little angry.
Yeah, we'd be a
We were
little
like,
pissed.
"Eh."
A
Yeah,
little
definitely
pissed.
if I threw money in on some Shudder shit, I would have been like, fuck this movie.
No, we paid for Shudder.
No, fuck Shudder. Y'all here illegally. Illegally. Same way I sold y'all AEW, how to stream AEW.
Yo, you should have seen how many
I'ma tell you
followers you
how to-
got. Just like I'm watching AEW for free, and everyone's like, ping, ping, ping,
Yeah.
ping, ping, link, plink, plink.
That's what we do out here.
Yes.
I don't
So
give a
Yeah,
shit, nigga. I
it's
grew up
called the
on bootleg cable.
jailbroken fire stick. That's
Yeah.
what it's
Bootleg
called.
cable, bootleg fire stick. Let's
Yeah.
learn your
Yes.
shit is easy. Fucking,
I
it's
grew
not.
up 9799, not me.
That's why you get rid of cable and you just get some fire sticks. That's it.
Exactly.
Let's go. All right, but
So
it
anyway,
was
we're gonna
fun.
close
Good
this shit
night.
off.
Yes, let's go.
And we're gonna come back next week with another one. Again,
Yes.
throw us suggestions because if
Yes.
not, we're gonna be trying to look all fucking week.
some
And we
stupid
find
shit.
some real crap shit.
Yeah.
So
And the trailers really fuck us up. The first movie, the trailer seemed kind of creepy, but it
Yeah.
was nothing to do with the fucking
No.
movie. So
So, yeah.
There you
Thank you.
go. So find us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Anchor. Nobody goes on that anyway. Twitter is gonna be all him. Don't go on to Instagram because we don't have conventions to throw
Argue with
pictures
me.
up, and we're not picture people, so we're not gonna take pictures of us like some gay couple. And fucking follow us.
Nothing wrong with
like-
gay couples, though. Nothing wrong with gay couples. Just wanna throw that out there.
oh my God, just end this fucking shit, please.
like,
Gay people are awesome. Y'all some hilarious
like,
people.
subscribe,
Y'all
follow,
funnier than
and
females.
comment.
And I love females.
I hope.
I
I
can't.
hope you
I
guys
can't
like
with
it.
these
Peace
two.
out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.